Hello, you're lying
Hello.
down? You're
No,
lying,
no, I took I turned the phone sideways because it's charging. So
oh,
okay, I'll turn it back. I'll turn it back here.
hi Harold.
Hello.
There you go. Okay.
Hey, boys.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Harold, you back?
Yes, I am.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was LAX?
Not bad. The flight from Cabo was 2 hours, left 2 hours late, but it wasn't so busy. I was surprised. It
Pilot
wasn't
was drunk?
crazy. What's that?
Pilot had too much tequila?
Maybe. No, it arrived 2 hours. I don't know. It was just off. You know, things in Mexico don't work according to schedule.
Things in America don't work
Mañanas.
according to schedule
Mañanas.
either.
What's funny though, the bathroom at the airport in Cabo was 10 times cleaner than the bathrooms at LAX. LAX bathrooms
But
are horrible.
that's not very hard.
Yeah, you're right. It's embarrassing. I think LAX is a terrible airport. Terrible.
Yeah.
Who did you fly?
What did I fly?
Yeah.
I went with Alaska, came back with United. Good.
First of all, in Mexico, they have people to clean it. Here, they have the Mexicans here. They have a lot of Mexicans to clean it back.
Yeah, there's so much construction going on. Like we were wondering, why are they leaving? There's plenty of work. But I said, but they get free stuff here. They just give them stuff. Mexico, they won't give them free stuff.
Right, that's why they come here. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. They have to finish LAX by the Olympics.
Yeah, right.
You know, the
We'll
old
see if that
saying,
people mover really works.
you
you know?
know, Mexican doesn't send any athletes to America. Because the old adage, because anybody that can run, jump, and swim is already here. You know?
Oh, that's good. Cute.
Yeah.
No?
¿Dónde estás el doctor?
So where's it? 59
59.
59 Aleph.
Olive. Yeah. Okay.
Walter, how's
Oh.
the holy man?
Hello, gentlemen.
How's
Very
Eretz
well.
Yisrael? Are you back?
What?
Weren't you in Eretz Yisrael?
I feel like I'm in Eretz Israel all the time, but I was not. No.
Gosh, I thought I spoke to Peter today. He said, "Oh, I saw Walter." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, because I went out with him over here.
Oh,
Oh, you thought of that one, Kenny. You know what?
who knew?
I'm gonna get a bit worried about you now, Kenny.
All you guys like traveling, you know.
At your age, I don't know. That's at my age, I understand it.
I got to keep tracks on you. I got to give you guys like Apple tags. Know where you are in the world.
Nun test.
On test, right? Yeah.
Rav. Anan Abi b'minyan be Rebbe. Uminaydi di monoberation. Rav says that when he was in the based in of Rebbe, where they passed the takana, whoever buys the land first gets it. He was in that based in. And then he says, we know didi monoberation. And in fact, even though I was the youngest among the group, they started from me.
Is that a compliment, or is that a?
No, Rob was the youngest.
Being humble.
He learned from Rebbe, and later on in life moved to Bava. So he testified that he was on Bezdin. He was the youngest person, yet they started from me. So the Gemara says, Vanatnan, Dine Mamanis Taharas Vatumas Matchilim in Agadol. When they're adjudicating monetary cases or Taharas, then you start from the eldest because of his covet. Dine Nefashas Matchilim in Atzad. Capital cases, the youngest starts first, because in capital cases, we want the guy to get off free. If the oldest guy starts and says guilty, nobody else is going to vote innocent. But mominous cases, it's not a problem. So mominous cases, you start from the gadol. So how can Rab say on this? They started from him. Amar Rava Breda Rava, Vitem Ravila Breda Rav Valks, Shaim Minyana de Bei Rabbi, the Kula Minayu Minatzad Matchilin. The power of Rebbe was so great that in his Bezdom, they always started from the youngest. Because no matter what case, if Rebbe had announced his opinion first, then nobody would have argued with him. Omer Rabba Breda Rava, V'itema Rav Hillel Breda Rav Valsh. Mimos Moshe Vad Rebbe lo Matzinu Torah Gedul B'Makom Echad. From the time of Moshe Rabbeinu till Rebbe, we didn't see somebody wealthy and in the same door, and the great Torah leader in the same person. For the more, what do you mean? Hava Yoshua. So Hava Elazar. Elazar was greater than Yoshua in Torah. Okay, so Hava Elazar, that would have been great in Torah and Gedula.
And what's Gedula meaning? Is Gedula wealth or is it
Oh.
something else?
Wealth. Osher, Rasi says Osher Kamoso. Wealth. So Havi Pinchas was around, so he was the Gadol Ador. So Elazar wasn't unique. So Havi Pinchas. So Havi Zakanim, there was Zakanim who were as Gadol B'Torah as him. Havi Shaul. Shaul was great in Torah and was the king. Havi Shmuel, there was Shmuel Hanavi. Shmuel died 2 years before Shaul, so there was a time where Shaul was the greatest in both. Kulashani coming in, we're talking about a person, all of his life would have been Gadol B'Torah and Oisher. I have it David. What about David on that one? So the Gemara says, Hava Ira HaYa'iri, he was greater in Torah than David. V'hanach Nafshe. Ira HaYa'iri died when David was still alive. Kulashani, we're talking about all the years of his reign. And since during David's life, Ira HaYa'iri was alive, he's not considered the same as Rebbe or Moshe. Hav is Shlomo. Shlomo was the wisest and wealthiest. Hav is Shimi ben Gera, who was his Rebbe, was alive.
Wasn't Shimi ben Gera the Rebbe of David HaMelech or something like that? Was he alive during David?
Yes, he was. But David had Ira Ya'iri, who's earlier in the Masorah than Shimi. And so in Shlomo's time, Shimi ben Gera, because Ira Ya'iri had died, and Shimi was his Rebbe. So it was Vakotle, but the beginning of Malachim Aleph, which is what we're going through in Navi, we saw that Shaul killed Shimi. So we're talking about Kulashani coming in. We're talking about a person who throughout his life was the greatest in Gedula and Torah, and during some of Shlomo's life, Shimi ben Gera was alive. Ahav Chizkiah Melech. What about Chizkiah? Ahav Shevna. Shevna was Gadol B'Torah. Iktil, but he died during the battle with Sancheriv. Kulashani Kamina. So again, was not, or Shevna didn't have it the whole time. I have Ezra. Have Nehemiah ben Chachalya. He was the same Bigdul as Ezra. Rav Afani, most Rebbe, but Rav Ashi. Rav Ashi, who edited the Gemara, between Rebbe and Rav Ashi, there was nobody greater. Rav Huna was wealthy and godly. Shiny the make of Avakaya flame. The Rav Ashi. Even Rav Huna was subservient to Rav Ashi. Mishnah. Cheresh Roimes V'nirmas. Even, so we made it, so Cheresh, they said that his kinyonim would work if he uses sign language. Both he does it or he gives sign language. He can jump. And through his jumping, or he moves his lips, and you can read his lips. So b'metaltal. These are kinyonim that work by metaltal and by cheresh. And hapa'utos, young people will see what age, mekchan mekach, umimkar and memkar b'metaltalin. They can also make a kinyan by metaltal. Aravech machloikes b'metaltal. Gittin divrei hakol b'remiza. That by a get, everybody holds that you can use sign language. Pshita, metaltalin tnan. Ma'arzem af metaltalin, meaning other things and metaltalin. Kamash Balon, that Rav Nachman said by metaltalin alone, it works with kfitza, but not by gittin. Iked Yamrei, Rav Nachman k'machloikes b'metaltalin kach machloikes b'megittin. So we see very clearly it's only metaltalin. Ema af metaltalin. So the Iked Yamrei learns that there's machlokas by both. Hapa'utos mekach memkar and memkar b'metaltalin. By young kids, they can make a kinyan. Ad kama, machred Rabbi Yitzchak bred kvar shis kvar shav, 6 or 7. Rav Kahana Amar Rav kvar shev kvar tami, 7 or 8. V'masnisa tana kvar tesha kvar eser, 9 or 10. And v'lo pligi kol chad v'chad. If you hurfe, depends on the charifas. You have a 6-year-old that's a charif, then you could already accept his kinyan. Sometimes you need to wait till later. Let's say he's a yasom. He has no other way to make a living. If we don't let him make some kinyanim, he's not going to be able to live. So Rav Abba Yaakov said, "Vayomer liisha, vayomer la'asher la'meltosa, hotzei levush l'cholov de'abal." My miltos, Amrav Abba Yaakov, Amrav Yechon davar nimel v'nimta. It's a type of clothing that folds up to a very small thing. Kiyot Rav Dimi, Rav Yochanan Shiger Lo, Bunyim ben Nunyim, a wealthy man sent him Bunyim ben Nunyim for Rebbe, which is a gift. Sivni v'choymes aslo memale. These are various types of linen. What is this? Sivni v'choymes. You could fold them, and their size was kamguzo pagidamguzo, like a walnut. Salsla umalmala kepisko pagi the pisko, like another kind of nut, very small. My malmalet davar nimla v'nimtach, something that can be made small and then stretched. V'tausanad kama. If a cotton can do mekach umemkar, if they make a mistake, when do we say the mekach is nullified? Arav Yonah Rav Zera ad shesus, a 6th, like a godel. It's the same din by an adult. Boya baya Matanoso ma. What about a gift of a cotton? Rav Yema Amre, ein matanoso matana. We don't accept it. Mar Rav Ashi Amre, matanoso matana. No, it's a good gift. And Afrua, they switched the shitas for Shadrua, Lakame Rav Mordechai. According to the switching, it was Mar Rav Ashi who said it's not a matan. Amru Zilu Amru Bar Mar. Mar Rav Ashi was the Rebbe of Rav Mordechai. And he told him to say, except for him, Lavachi Avu Uvda. Because wasn't there a case, Kiavakoi Mar Chadkari Arva Chadkari Adarga? Rav Ashi was standing 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot on the step. The Amarna lay, and he said to us, Matanoso Mai, what's the din? Amar Lon, and he had said, Matanoso Matana. Achas Matnas Shriber, when he was on his deathbed, Achas Matnas Bari, Achas Matnas Baruba, Achas Matnas Muetes. It's always a Matan. And that's the halach Mishnah. Elu Dvorim Shamru B'nei Darkei Shalom. Kohen Korei Rishon V'achrav Levi V'achrav Yisrael B'nei Darkei Shalom. There won't be fights. You call a Kohen first, then a Levi, then Israel. Otherwise, there'll be fights in shul. Ma'arvim b'bayis Yosha. In the place that they did Eruv Chatzei was for Shabbos, and this was, they always put the Eruv in that house, you continue with the Darkei Shalom. Borshu Korv La'armin Spali Rishon. If they're digging an irrigation ditch, the one that's closest to the river, that gets water flow to other ditches, that gets filled first with Darkei Shalom. You have to have a certain order by irrigation, otherwise there'll be fights. Mitzudos Chai V'Oifes V'Dogim. You have a hunter, and he had laid traps out, and in the traps are various animals and birds. So even though you might think that the trapper owns those things, yesh b'mishum gezel. If somebody comes by and takes it, we say it's a thievery. Mibnei Darkei Shalom, only as a takana. Shlote machlokas b'neihem. Meaning Rashi says the midiraisa kol kamet lamata liyodei. The owner of the traps hasn't actually picked up the item. It's in his trap. But min Torah, it's not really yezel if somebody else comes along and takes it. We're talking about a trap that doesn't have an inner inside to be makne it for him. Rabbi Yisrael Gezel Gomer, he says it's a complete gezer, but only midrabanan. The Gemara will explain why. Mitzias chereshoy to the cotton. Chereshoy to the cotton don't have das. If they find something, they didn't really acquire it. So maker adin, they didn't acquire it. But if somebody takes an item from a chereshoy to the cotton, yesh b'mishum gezel, but they darkei shalom. Again, there's going to be fights. If you see Omer gezel gomer, as it says, it's a complete gazel. Ani amanakev. Barosha Zais. You have a ani who shakes an olive tree, and the olives fall to the ground. Tachtav gezel and darkei shalom. He actually cuts it. So if you take it away from this ani, it's considered gezel. Only darkei shalom. Rav Yossi Omer gezel gomer. Ein memachim biad ani goyim, b'lechet shecha upeya. You can't protest a non-Jewish poor person who comes into the field to gather leket shechon peah. The Torah provided it only for Jews. But if a goy goes in there to take it, we don't take it away from him. Mibnei darkei shalom. Menan and Mili. So first the Gemara wants to know, how do we know that a Kohen is called first? Amar Rav Masna Damar Kro, Vayichdev Moshe Satorah Zos Vayitnala Kohanim Bnei Levi. So the Gemara says, Oto Ana Lo Yadanu Kohanim Bnei Levi. We know that the Kohanim are from the tribe of Levi. And the Kohen Bereish V'Haber Levi. We use it for Nafcha Amar Meach. V'Nikshua Kohanim Bnei Levi. Oto Ana Lo Yadinu Kohanim Bnei Levi. We don't know that the Kohanim come from Aaron, who came from Levi. El Kohen Bereish V'Haber Levi. Rav Ashi Amar Meach Bnei Amram Aaron and Moshe Vayibodel Aaron Lagdisha Kodesh Kadosh. Aaron is a Kohen. Moshe is only a Levi, and Amram goes first. A Kohen has to be sanctified. He goes first. He gets the first aliyah. Levarach Rishon, he gets the bench. Lito Mana Yafa Rishon, he gets the first piece. So you in the Mishnah said that the Kohanim get the first aliyah because of Darkei Shalom. You just brought me psukim. It's doraisa. We're explaining a Torah law that the reason why the Torah did that is for peace. All the ways of the Torah is for peace. Two people are eating from one plate, so they have to wait for each other. Shloisha ein mamtin. But if you have three people, each person can get started. And Abutseya, the one who cuts the bread, who pushes Yodel Tchila, he gets to take first to eat. The Imbal Lachlok covered the rabbi, or the Mishakal Menarshus beyond. But if he wants to give the piece of bread to his Rebbe or to somebody greater than him, he can. V'amar Mar Allah, Rabbah on this price has said, Lo Shanu El Besuda. You can do Machabed a Gadol and a Suda. But the Beis HaKnesses is low, but not in Shul, also in Suyi, because they're going to come to fight. Who's the greatest? That's why the Mishnah said it's a Darkei Shalom. And we don't move, we stay Kohen Levi. And a Kohen is not allowed to be Machabed a Yisrael who thinks is greater than him. Amar of Mas Hadam and Beis HaKnesses lo man el rak b'Shabbosos v'yamim tovim d'shchichi rabbi. That which we said that a Kohen can't give cover to somebody greater than him, that's Shabbos Yontif, there's a lot of people. Aval b'Shei Chamishi lo, there's not a lot of people. Here, there, the Kohen can be Machabed, somebody who's greater than him, and there's no fights. Versus Zaini, Varavuna Kori Bekahani, even b'Shabbos Yom Tovim, Ravuna would get called there, even Shabbos Yom Tov. Shari Ravuna Shafilu Rabbi Ravasi Kahani Chashibi, the Eretz Yisrael make of Avakaisu. Ravuna was so great that even the Kohanim, Ravami Ravasi, who from Eretz Yisrael, were subservient to him. And therefore, there was no debate. Amrabai Naktir and Einsham Kohen is part of Chavil. If there's no Kohen, then the Levi doesn't have the schus next. The whole order goes away. You can call up Yisrael. Amrabai Naktir and Einsham Levi Koire Kohen. If there's no Levi, the Kohen reads instead of the Levi. Whereas the Zaini, Vamrav Yerich Kohen Acher Kohen, Lo Yikra Mishum Gamashal Rishon. You can't call up another Kohen after the first Kohen because they're going to think that the first Kohen doesn't have the right yichus, or they called up the guy with lesser yichus at second. And Levi achar Levi lo yikra b'shum b'kam shnei. They won't call a Levi after a Levi because they'll say the second guy is the Yisrael. So the Gemara says when we said that the Kohen takes the place of the Levi, Ki Kamrinon, that's both a Kohen. The same Kohen. So this is our halacha. That if there's no Levi, the same Kohen takes Levi. And then there's no problem with Gam. Ma'ishno Levi achar Levi. We said the Ikab Pagam Shneim, that if you call Levi after Levi, we're worried about the yichus of both of them. How many people say Chad Minai Lab Levi? One of them's not a Levi. So Kohen achar Kohen Nami Amri. Chad Minai Lav Kohen. So you should never call a Kohen after a Kohen, because they'll say one of them's not a Kohen. However, the Sheni Shekoinu, but we can, if the Chazaka was for the second guy, we know that the second guy's father was a Kohen. So if that's the case, a Chanami, by Levi after Levi, Shemosel Lambavua, the high Sheni Shalevi. So that can't be the reason. Ella Amri Mamzeres Nasina Nasiv Upasil Lazar. That the father of the Levi married a Mamzeres, and therefore pasul the Yichus. Chanami Amri, same thing with by Kohen. Maybe Grusha Chlitza Nasiv Akle Lazar. The second coin was made a pasul de coin because the father married a Chalal. Sof Levi Mikohavi. So a Chalal has a din in Yisrael, not a din Levi. So if you call the Kohen after a Kohen, and we know that his father was a Kohen, it's very clear that he's a Kohen. We shouldn't be worried about the Pagam of the first one either. Now, Ulaman, who's going to make a mistake and think about a problem? Ila Yoshvin, the people that are listening to the Kriya, Al-Kachazalei. So he was counted among the Kruim. They know he's kosher. And Liyotzin were concerned before they finished the laning. And they went out. So they won't know who was part of the Sheva Kruim to know whether there's any problem in his kashrus. Okay. Stop here.
Okay. 8 o'clock tomorrow.
8 o'clock tomorrow, yes. 8 in the morning.
Yeah, great. That's good.
Okay.
Ernie, it sounds like it's Subashir today.
These and some of the halachas that we learned.
No, just like we ran like it's Subashir too, but not just some of the halachas.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what about Shabbos in
Good night.
Yevne?
Shabbos in Shul.
In Shul?
Oh, it's
in
gonna
Young
be
Israel.
Yeah.
6:30.
Hot to warm.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.